Hello the internet of the internet, my name is Jay the Star, and in this video I am going to do a review slash summary of the latest One Piece chapter, which that is chapter 1142. So in this chapter a lot of things have happened, and Oda is finally cooking, and Oda is finally setting up those big moments of the whole Knights and Loki, and finally Oda is starting his normal pace. Oda is going to start giving us amazing chapters because back to back Oda have been setting up big things, and this chapter have done the same thing from last chapter. It is giving us good moments to build up to the big end of this arc. So ladies and gentlemen, please like the video and please subscribe. Let's get right into the chapter. And in my last review and in the last chapter, the fun cover was, who is this? It's just throwing knife at Ulti and Pace One. And in that video, in that review, I did say next, cover page, I can see Yamato stepping in and helping Ulti and Pace One, which that have happened in this cover page, and it looked like Yamato did one shot Hoo and with a name attack Panabaga, and see the one shot Hoo without going into her devil fruit form. So in the next cover page, I would definitely can see Ulti and Pace One traveling with Yamato, and those two helping out Yamato. But now let's get right into the main chapter. With this chapter to start off with the opening of the selling review of the Holy Knight's ability. The reveal that we got of one of the Holy Knight's ability, which it looked like one of the Holy Knight have the ability and have the devil fruit of the fear fruit, which you can probably go into your darkest secret and get your nightmare out as his devil fruit and as his power, and use your fear to attack you. So one of the Holy Knight member have the fear fruit, and honestly speaking, I'm very surprised this devil fruit have only been revealed right now. And if you think about it, One Piece is in its final 5 years, and I'm very surprised this devil fruit is very late into the game, because I can't lie, this devil fruit, a nightmare fruit, the fear fruit, to me, I could see Oda making this fruit a long time ago, like a really long time ago, because it's such a cool devil fruit, but at the same time such a simple fruit to do. So I'm very surprised Oda has just done that devil fruit now. But let's continue with the chapter. So we see the kids sleepwalking with nightmares with a weird looking dragon like surrounding the school, and weird small figures of monsters, I don't know, might be one of the kids' fear, and they're surrounding the school. And we see a legendary figure of Nika, and it seemed like this Nika looked like the opposite of Nika. This Nika look scary, this Nika look dark, so it kind of giving us like a Homelander vibe to this, because if you guys are huge comic book fans, you guys would know Superman and Nika kind of have the same vibe going on. They're hopeful and those kind of things, and they have view as like a god, both of them, Superman and Gear 5 Nika. And now we can see a dark Nika, so that's giving like a Homelander vibe to it, if I didn't explain that right anyways. So we can see those Nika and a dragon and other monsters surrounding the school, as the son of the Elbaf is beginning to sleepwalk under the influence of this terrifying version. Then they are led away from the safety by the mystery arrows, with I think that arrows, if you remember that first chapter that we seen Sam Rock and that weird Holy Knight girl with the cloak with the bandage around her face, and she attack Loki with her arrows. I think that arrows have something to do with her devil fruit, and I can't lie, her devil fruit so far look extremely creative and it look fun. Like honestly, she can attack with the arrows and she can lead people with the arrows. with that sound cool and lit, and it sounds very simple, but I'm very happy it's not a joint type fruit, because we have gotten a lot of joint type fruit. So I'm very happy the fear fruit and the arrow fruit is like a pear misa fruit. But I do hope that the fear fruit could be a logia fruit, because we have not seen a logia fruit for a long time. And while this is going on, as the arrow is leading the kids away, we can see there's a giant dragon and other monsters with Saul and the other teachers of the school the kid was in is fighting the monster, the dragon, and Saul had even done a name attack on this monster, on a dragon figure, to one shot this dragon thing. Which I can't lie, that's a good feat for Saul to have, to show he actually has almond hockey and good hockey. And he did one shot this dragon looking like thing. And I can't lie, the Elbaf, I mean, of course every giant should be powerful, because this is the island of war and is known for the Elbaf people to be the greatest warriors on earth. So it will make sense, or Saul being a giant and being in the marine, having quite a very decent armor hockey. So it does make sense for Saul to be a little bit powerful, being a giant and a former high-ranking marine. But the scary part is how smart the Holy Knights men are. The fact that they can do their plan successfully without even showing their face, and without attacking head on and taking damage, and even clashing with a sword or clashing physically against those giants. And it shows a very high IQ of the Holy Knights, and it's scary the fact that the Holy Knights, they're so good with their devil fruit, and they have such unique devil fruit that they can honestly make amazing plans, high IQ plans, to to do their plans successfully without getting in a major problems. And Samrock is not on the island, by the way. Samrock is somewhere else. He is not on the island anymore, and he is a leader. So it shows his Holy Knight member, they are smart, they are creative, and they can win this if they really want to, because they haven't even really fought yet, and their plans is working out perfectly. Now the only problem for the Holy Knights is going to be Scopper. Scopper is going to be the biggest problem for the Holy Knights, because Loki is dealing with the Stoats and with the most powerful giants at the moment. So the Holy Knights' real competition and competitors and problem is going to be Scopper and not the Stoats, because they are busy with Loki. But speaking of Loki, on the other side of the chapter, we see Prince Loki of Elbaf in the moment of destructive, and we can see Loki has a giant hammer. Does it look like the hammer can have lighting qualities to the hammer? Because when we see Loki with his hammer, he does smack the hammer against a tree, and we can see lighting coming out of the hammer. And it could be hockey, but I think it's lighting, and the main reason is because last chapter we found out the giant weakness. Hey, did you see what I done there? But we know the giant's weakness is lighting and fire, and we start thinking that how Loki would destroy Elbaf using the giant's weakness, lighting and fire, and destroying the tree and destroying Elbaf in the process. And with the hammer's name is Ragnar. I hope I just say that right. But with the hammer, he is causing a massive lightning storm and setting the tree ablaze. And then we cut back into what the giants and the kids are dealing with the dragon and other monsters. As we get a small, not a time skip, but a small memory. I don't know, I forgot what's the word for those type of stuff, but a flashback. Yeah, we got a small flashback of one of the teacher asking the kid to draw your fear or your darkest nightmare on the page. Which I can't lie, that's quite very stupid, and as a teacher, I don't know, these are quite just weird to do, or just normal to ask kids to draw your nightmare or what you're scared of the most on a piece of paper. I can't lie, that's quite a very dumb thing to do, and especially in the world of One Piece. I can't lie, it's very stupid. So one kid, are scared of a certain Nika, I don't know, the other kid is scared of monsters, dragon, and that's why we got that. And we can see Robin is also there with the kids, trying to snap the kids out of, sleepwalking. As we can see, the Holy Knight is watching from afar, seeing the giant, Nika, seeing the giant dragon, and seeing the giants fight against those. And we can see the Holy Knights are having some few dialogues to each other, playing around. As the girl with the arrow is that, the swap of Samrock, Samrock to hurt and to try to recruit Loki. We see that girl saying to herself, not saying to herself, but one of the Holy Knight members, I believe this guy has the fear fruit. He asked this girl, I forgot her name, what is her fear? As he say her fear is Nika, which it does make sense if you're a Holy Knight member or if you're a lesser dragon to have a fear of Nika. So yeah, that does make sense. And I really like how every arc he's showing a different Nika. Every arc we're seeing more and more of Nika in the lore of Nika. So yeah. And we are break next week. So that's the end of the chapter, and break next week. So what I'm gonna say about this chapter is starting to get good. And you can clearly see Oda is picking up the pace. We're getting to more stuff. And I do believe next chapter we will see Loki have a clash against Zoro, Sanji, and Luffy. And I cannot wait for that to happen. And I cannot wait to see Loki's dialogues with a Zoro, with a Luffy, with a Sanji. And we might get a Loki flashback very soon, which I cannot wait for that. And honestly, this chapter was good. I'll give this chapter a solid 8 out of 10. It's good. Some big things happen, more lore. So yeah, so that's the chapter of 1142. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please like the video and please subscribe.